Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Galitz, and beside me is the fifth grade band, and we've been working very, very hard this year. We have quite a few selections to play for you this evening. The first one you heard was School Song, and the next one that we are going to play is Go Tell Bill, based on the William Tell Overture, and this one allowed us to learn eighth notes. So we had learned whole notes, which get 4 beats, half notes, which gets 2 beats, quarter notes, which get 1 beat, and now 2 eighth notes together get 1 beat. So that allowed us to learn a new rhythmic subdivision as we played. So this is Go Tell Bill. All right, our next selection is Skip It Lou, and this one also has eighth notes, but there's a little bit of something different for this one. We're going to play soli section, so if you would raise your hand if you're playing on the soli section for Skip It Lou, that's awesome. So soli is we have a small group of people playing within the band, and there's also a solo or soli. So solo is one person playing, and soli is a small group of people playing within the band. And then there's 2T sections, so everybody in the band plays. So it alternates between a smaller group of people playing and then the whole band playing. So I hope you enjoy. This is Skip It Lou. All right, so this next one is bingo. So in addition to learning a few new notes for bingo, we have a pickup note at the beginning. So 1 note measure, and then we go in with a full measure. So it doesn't start on beat 1. This one starts on beat 4. All right, our next piece that we're going to play for you is entitled Down in the Valley. And a lot of the pieces that we played to this point were either in 2/4 time or 4/4 time. So there were 2 beats in a measure or 4 beats in a measure. Down in the Valley gives us a chance to play in 3/4 time, and there's 3 beats in a measure for this one. And there's something new for this one. We learned about dynamics, or how loud or soft to play with our instruments and how to do that. So hopefully you enjoy Down in the Valley. So our next selection is Frere Jacques, and to this point, we were playing all together as a band. So there were some soli sections and there were some tutti sections, but we've been playing the same music together. And now what we're going to do with Frere Jacques is we're going to play a 4-part round. So different sections are going to start at different times. So who starts this piece? All right. And who plays second? Who plays third? Who plays fourth? All right, so you're gonna hear each of the different instrument sections come in at different times, and we'll finish at different times as well. This is Frere Jacques. So sometimes the music is different than the printed page. So this next one, our final selection, is entitled "Man on the Flying Trapeze." And what we got to do with this one is we got to play repeat signs. So there's repeated music within there, and there's first endings and there's second endings. So learning how to read those different musical symbols for this one. So hope you enjoy "Man on the Flying Trapeze."
right, welcome to the string portion of tonight's concert. I know you just heard some trumpets, but now we're going to play a song about trumpets. Our next piece is our piece tonight that I gave them the first time this year, where we have different parts. So the violins and violas have an entirely different part than what the cellos have. So that's something that we've worked on putting together and sort of leading them toward that more advanced music. This one also has some different string techniques in it. So one thing that you'll notice is something called tremolo, where they play really short, fast strokes with their bow. And you'll also hear some pizzicato in this one. So you already heard Frère Jacques earlier tonight, but now we're going to play it in minor. This version is called Brother John is Blue, and it's the sad minor version of Frère Jacques. And I'm especially proud of this one because we are going to have several soloists who have created their own little solos that they're going to play as part of this. So we'll start by playing the melody first with the upper strings and then with the cellos. We'll do some solos and then we'll play it all together. When I was working on having the kids do these solos, I want to give a special shout out to our elementary music teachers at our various elementary schools, because I asked the kids to give it a try playing a 4-measure solo, and they just nailed it right off the bat. They knew exactly what we meant by 4 measures of 4 beats. They understood how to create different rhythms and make some really interesting little solos. And that's not something that I taught them. That was skills that they came in with because of our amazing elementary music staff. So I know they're not here, but we're going to give them a shout out anyway. So thanks to Mr. LaFleur and Ms. Klesmeyer and Mrs. Ashbrook, and of course our recently retired Mrs. Plock. Is somebody here? Oh, Ms. Ashbrook is here? Okay, great. Well, we're giving you a shout out. Way to go. All right, and we'll finish with a song. The title of the song is Song of the Desert, but I laughed when I handed this out because they all immediately said, Song of the Dessert? And what was funny to me about that is the last time that I did this one with the students that are now in 8th grade, that's immediately what they said too, and it's like their favorite song that they remember from 5th grade, so I just think that's kind of amusing. That I guess that's just what it's going to be for every group of kids from now on. So we'll finish with dessert.
I see you. Yeah.